Right then, welcome to this quick video on how to make a style sheet and then how to link the style sheet to your web page so that you can have a whole series of different styles that you can update really quickly. Now, to help me with this video, I am going to use the Word file which you have got on your homework page, which just gives me some hints and some guides as to the different styles that I can use. So staying with this page, you'll notice that I have got a table here where I've given some examples for the P style, which is paragraph, which will be your main style that you use in your writing. H1, which is the main heading, and then I've got a style for body, which tends to be the background. And you can also find lots of other examples of styles to put in for your style sheet on this link too. So let's begin. In Notepad, I've got a blank Notepad++ page here, and I'm going to begin with my heading 1 style. So I type in H1, so the computer knows this style refers to heading 1. And then I use these curly brackets, which is Shift and the icon next to P. And then inside the curly brackets, I'm going to put the styles that I want to apply to the heading. I'm just going to move down and put in a ending curly bracket, and you can see the computer recognizes that this is some sort of special language code related to styles. So inside here is where I am going to put my styles for heading 1. So going back to my little crib sheet, I noticed that if I want to change the font, it's font : and then whatever style I want for the font, followed by the size, followed by the name of the font, and most importantly it's in quotation marks, then a semicolon. So for every line we must end with a semicolon, although I appear to have forgotten that there. Right, so let's get writing it. So I'm going to start by writing font like that, and then colon, and my style is going to be bold for my heading. I'm going to make it 24 point, which is quite large. Now, if you're not sure about point sizes, you can always go and click on here, because these are in point sizes too, whichever one you feel comfortable with. And then I'm going to use Cambria, C-A-M-B-R-I-A, like that. Now, again, you can choose any font you want as long as it appears on this list. But notice that some fonts have more than one word describing them, and you must type it out exactly as it's there. In fact, I might change to Accent SF. That looks kind of cool. So, Accent SF. And then finally, I'm going to go to semicolon to close that line. I'm now going to go to color, and it's the American spelling, C-O-L-O-R. And I'm going to make mine, I don't know, let's try purple, and semicolon to end. So there, let me just delete that space, is the style for my heading H1. And I could go on and write a style for P, for my paragraph, like that. And I could write a style for the body text, like this, and add that in later. But I'm just going to stop here just to show you what one style looks like. So I now need to save my style sheet. So I do File, I do Save As, and in here there is one called Cascade Style Sheets. There it is there. And I'm going to save it into my website folder. If I go up one, I've got one called Williams Web. Where is it? There it is. And I'm going to call this Styles. Press save. It's now saved as Styles CSS. So I've now done my style sheet. So what I'm going to now do is create my first web page. So I go to File and go to New, and I'm going to create my web page. Now I must start with HTML at the top with the HTML tag, and right down at the bottom I have the end HTML tag like that. Now, by adding in a style sheet, the style sheet has to go into a special set of tags, and they're called the head tags, and they go right next to HTML. I'm just going to leave a space, and again, don't forget the backslash, like this. So I'm going to put the link to my style sheet in there, But I'm also going to add in another set of tags called body, so the computer knows exactly where the main part of my writing is. I'll go down to the bottom and put in body 2. So there we go. So I've got my framework. So now what I need to do is I now need to write in some code that links this page to my style sheet. Now if you're not sure, you will find the code on the first part of the help sheet. And if I just scroll down, there it is there. That is the code, which basically says link a style sheet which is called style CSS. Now my style sheet is actually called Styles, so I'm going to have to go and change that. So I'm going to go and type that in up to here. So I'm going to type link, then rel, so it's a relative link, then quotation marks, style sheet, if I could spell, like that. And then href simply is where it's related to, so the reference is equal to, and then inside quotation marks I put in the word styles dot CSS. I must have the ending quotation marks like that, and then finally the last triangular bracket. So that's done. I've now made my link, and then I'm just going to show you what happens if I write in a new title using heading 1, and I'm just going to say welcome to my website, close the tag like that. So here's my initial web page. I've put my link to my style sheet, I've written in a title, and hopefully when I show you the title as a web page, it should pick up the styles from here. So I need to save this, and I'm going to do File and Save As, and I'm inside Williams Web, and I'm going to make sure it's called hypertext markup language, and I'm going to call my page index because that is my first page. Press save. There we go. So what does it look like? Well, let's go and find out. Right, let's flick to my folder. Here we go, Williams Web. Well, that's good. There's my style sheet. There's my index page. Chrome is my preferred browser. Let's double click on it to open it. And there we go. There is my title. It's changed it into accent SF and 24. And this is dynamically linked. So look, if I go back into my styles, and if I change this to red, and let's change this style to something very different, Cambria. So if I now do save to save that style sheet, if I now go to here and refresh, there we go. Oh, for some reason it's still purple. Why is that? Oh, that's not red. What an idiot. That's bold, and that is red. Let's save it, refresh, and there we go. How awesome is that? Style sheets.